Hello, welcome to your Laredo 325RL. Starting right up front. You can go ahead and hook this up there. You have your generator prep. You have your batteries and the battery disconnect. So you can turn it off, turn it on. Oh, that's wide. To make sure it's in, make sure that little metal piece is connected to the same indent in there. And then turn on or off. Moving up, we have the docking lights, which you're not gonna be able to see them. But docking lights on here, all three. And then moving on the corner, you have your propane, whichever one it's reading. Let's say I turn this one on. Switch it over to this one. Moving over to the side with your propane tanks. This is going to read whatever tank and take propane from whatever tank this is pointing to. So for example, if it's pointing to the right, if we point it to the left, open this up. It's already open. But if you open this up, then this will then start to read here. It's red right now because there's no propane going through it. But once there is propane, that'll then flick to green. And when it's ran out, you can go ahead, bring it back to the other side, and then take propane from the other tank there. Storage in here. Inside here you have your water system. So starting right up top, you have the cable and satellite for your TVs there. 110 outlet here. A black tank and gray tank. Your black tank is going to be your toilet water, and your gray tank is going to be any shower or sink. So I do recommend doing the black tank first, just because it is the dirtiest water, and then going to the black tank flush just beneath it. That black tank flush is going to run water when you hook a hose up to it. It'll run water through that black tank. It's just gonna be a sprinkler, just to make sure everything else that may have gotten stuck gets out completely, and then go ahead and shut that all off. And then I recommend doing the gray tank last, just because that's the cleanest water. So it gives it just one last little rinse before you go ahead and put your hands on it. Right here, so you have your, it's in winterizing mode at the moment, but you can go ahead and it tells you whichever way to put it to sanitize, winterize, or any fixtures in there. To winterize it, all you do is make sure your water bypass is on, like it is right now. All your water is drained, and then go ahead and pop this off. Make sure it's in the winterizing station. Insert a hose into here, and then you can go ahead and then pump antifreeze through there by turning on the water pump inside. Moving down, you have your outside shower, hot side on the left, cold side on the right, and then hook a spray port to the end. Then you can go ahead and spray it out. The sewer hose is going to be just underneath here. So pop that open, insert your sewer hose onto that, and then that will then drain everything that you pull inside of here. Right here, this is going to be your heater exhaust. So when your heater is on, you can hear it. You want to make sure to stay away from this and don't touch it, because if you do touch it, you will end up being burned. So if you have any little kids or anyone who may not know, just let them know, don't touch that. Moving on, this is going to be the outside of your, or the back side of your refrigerator, just in case you ever need to access it. Just below here on all of your tires, you have a little green cap that indicates your tires are going to be filled with nitrogen. You are able to fill it with regular air. It doesn't inflate or deflate with temperature change. Then right back here, I believe that is a fresh tank drain right there. And then your low point drain is going to be right behind the wheels, right there, hot and cold side. Your camp power or shore power here. Backup camera ready. If you do purchase a back camera, it'll go right there. Moving along to the outside kitchen. Open that up. You have TV here, outside fridge, and you also have your outside speakers, which you can choose between aux or the actual station. Go between 1, 2, 3, and 4, which is going to be your different radio stations. Same with this. You can search, mute, tab, hold to turn off. And then I was forgot to show you the band or loud portion, which switches your stations there, AM and FM. Moving on to your outside stove here. Pop this open, and then to light it. Let me get this open a little more. All right, with this open, to light it, you just press, turn, and you can go ahead and light it with a lighter. For your water heater, go ahead and open this up, twist that. You have an anode rod. This anode rod, this will take all the beading from your tank. So from all the hard water, instead of eating at your tank, it'll take it out on this. So this will deteriorate over time. To insert it, you insert it into there. Take a 1 1/16 socket. Make sure it is tightened down as much as it can be. To turn it on, just go ahead and make sure the hot side of the faucet is on. It'll sputter, but that's just all the air getting completely pushed out of your tank. Going along with that, once all the air is gone, you'll have a steady stream. It's not going to be sputtering anymore. And then along with that, then you can go ahead and flip on your switch, and this will then start to heat up. To end up emptying this, because water does get stagnant, go ahead and release all the pressure like that. Pull the pressure release valve. You'll hear it hiss. That's just all the pressure dying out. Once it's done hissing, go ahead and take your socket, pull this back out, and then you will be all set. The water will then start to drain out of that there. And then to make it go faster, just make sure your pressure release is up, straight, and open, and it'll empty a lot faster. Moving on to this extra storage in your starter pack. Drinking hose, 110 adapter, so if you do want to plug this into your house before you leave, to start cooling your fridges and whatnot, you can. 50 to 30 adapter. And then your sewer hose, I do recommend a extra, or like a new one, an indestructible one, just because this is the last thing you want, or you don't want to break, because then it'll start leaking. And leaking is obviously very bad with the sewer portion of it. 110 adapter, 110, and then finally a 110 outlet here. And then there are your awning lights. Just an LED strip there. Moving to the inside of your camper, you have your entire electronics here. So I go in between the fresh tank, black tank, gray tank. Actually, that's your battery, my bad. Then water heater, gas, and electric, so you have two elements to it. If you're out in the middle of nowhere, go ahead and do gas, but if you're hooked up, I recommend doing electric so you don't waste your gas. Moving down, water pump. So if you do fill up the fresh tank with the little dial, you can go ahead and choose, or flip your water pump on. Step light, which is going to be outside. Porch light, which is going to be that awning. Main light here. And ceiling lights. And then ceiling light 2. And then moving down, fan controls on off, razor lower. And then glide room, which is going to be your slides. So let me open this for you so you can see. This one is going to be this side here. hear that kind of pounding noise when you're fully extended. Just below it, you have this glide room or your slide here. Once you hear the gear grinding noise, you're fully extended. Going all the way over, skipping the awning. I'll get back to that. And then moving that out. Fully extended. So for your awning, extend, retract. I have extended it to the point where you want to stop. So once you see the little gray bar appear behind it, that's when you know you want to stop, because otherwise it'll reel in the opposite way and keep going. I'll retract it here. There you go, all in like that. Starting off in the bedroom, have your TV, light switch on the left side here. Bathroom, light switch left side. Shower. And then for your toilet, you are going to need toilet solution along with RV grade toilet paper. So I'll go in along with that. The solution will help break down solids and smells, and then the toilet paper will help break down easier so it won't clog your lines. You also have a foot flush right there, so all you do is push down with your foot, and your toilet will then flush. Right here, this is going to be a thermostat, so go ahead and set your temperature with that. Heat, off, fan, or cool, all depends where you put this little square here. And then for your fan, it's going to be high, low, lower, high, auto, fan, or just on. Coming to your battery disconnect here, what you are going to want to do with this is this green light always is on when obviously it's on. With that, you are going to want to pay attention to this because this never turns off. So, since it never turns off, this little green light always stays on, which will eventually kill your battery after a few days. So if you're, unplugged or whatever, battery disconnect is off, even it's completely disconnected, this will still run off of your battery as a safety feature. So, what I do tell people is if you're going to leave your camper for about 4 days or so, I do recommend just taking the negative end off of your battery, because then this will finally die. If it's not off, then this will then kill your battery after a couple of days. Moving on, manual and papers are in there. Pantry. Lights. Lights, fan. For this, you press in, turn, and you spark to the right. It goes for all three. If you guys want to spark to the right, there's a whole bunch of arrows telling you to. Because if you turn to the left, this will actually just snap off. So with your oven, you pilot, push and hold at this, and then eventually, right down here, a flame will then appear. Let's see, I'll try to show you. And then last but not least, you have your oven. So it's on off, you push and hold at the pilot symbol. Right down here, a flame will then appear after a little while. There's not much gas in the system because I just turned it on, so it's going to take a while. But you push and hold, and then eventually, once that little flame appears in the back, then you can go ahead, release, and turn to your desired temperature. Moving to your keys, purple are going to be your main doors. And then black and gold, baggage, along with outside shower and extras with this gold key there. For your seats, sit down, pull, they recline, so you lean back, they'll extend. Lean back, use your heels to shut. Same goes for this one, pull, lean back, sit up, and use your feet to close. Storage and remotes in here. Lights to that there. For this couch, it is going to be a bed, so if you lift up, obviously the bed will then start to come out, and then you can fully extend it there. So it's a little hard with one hand, but I am going to show you a brief example. I just moved the small pillows off to the side. Take these back ones off. I'm just going to set these here. And then you just lift up. Move these legs out, so both of them fully extend. And then you just lift up and pull out. And you go ahead and move that back piece down. And once again, move these two legs out, set that down, move the back to then bring it down. For the inside radio here, tap to turn on. You have two zones, so one is going to be, you can hear them straight up. Turn that off. Outside speakers, not going to be able to hear them. Turn those off. A little loud. Then you have 1, 2, 3, and 4 for radio stations. And then press to do the equalizer and keep tapping. And then pause. Resume. There we go. Switch between stations there. Bluetooth. Any extras like aux or whatnot. And then aux, USB, once again volume, and then hold to turn off. Come in your space heater, flick this on, then click this on, dimmer switch here, heat, which you can do low or high heat, temperature you can raise up, or however you'd like, and then you can set a timer on the right side as well. It goes up to 8 hours. And then you can do off, off. TV. And then dinette lights